How to buy passive income. My name is CF Hutter, and if your business buys Bitcoin, you can call me Chauncey. I had 6 heart surgeries in a 7-year stretch. I know from firsthand experience the importance of passive income coming in when life happens. Okay, life happens to everybody. I can't say that you're going to have 6 heart surgeries in 7 years, but life happens. But for what entrepreneurs, we have to think strategically and purposefully. We actually have to plan ahead. Most entrepreneurs are just winging it, making a sale, cover payroll this Friday. We got to do what we got to do. There has to be more from a strategic standpoint, a more purposeful approach to growing your business. And I can say because of life and things happen, I mean, I've had different passive income streams over the years, but never have I taken extra time and effort and purpose to make passive income a priority as part of the business. Why? Because we know stuff's going to happen. And even if stuff doesn't happen, you don't want the burden of having to make a sale this Tuesday or the end of the week, or got to close out a couple deals before the end of the month. You do not need to have that burden. You need to have, if you can make a sale today and it makes you some money, but then each month you get more, that same sale, you're getting paid month after month after month. That's a very nice business to have. You talk to people that are in the cash flow real estate business, they understand that. The dividends from business investments, they get that. Software companies, they run on autopilot, they're getting paid. They get that. Affiliate commissions from JV partners, fine. We all get membership subscriptions where people buy and they get paid every month. I've done all those. I have done those. I'm doing some of these now. I get it. I understand. I get you. Let me just tell you a little secret. There is a Bitcoin option here somewhere that we're not going to talk about yet, but Bitcoin is in this map. So I said, how do you buy passive income? A lot of people don't think about it like that. They think, oh, I need to go sell this or I need to go sell that. Here's how I want to shift your thinking as an entrepreneur. I want you to strategically come up with a revenue amount that you want to make per month in the future, and that's going to be our goal. We're going to shoot for that goal. And how are we going to get to that goal? You pick whatever number you want. And let's talk about that here in a second. But whatever number you pick, we're going to set our business up so we're going after that goal month after month after month. So if it takes months or years, I don't know, but we're going to hit that goal in the future of a passive income number every single month in our business. Would you like that? Yeah, I like that. You like that? That's a good goal to have, right? Okay, I said buy passive income. So let's just use some numbers so we can kind of use this as an example. Let's just say a 10% ROI. So you're going to get a return on investment on whatever it is that you're going to go get. On average, it's going to be 10%. I say that one because it's easy math and that's very doable. So let's say your goal you'd like to have coming in is $20,000 a month passive income. That's a nice number, right? That's nice to be able to have that starting the month. You know you got $20,000 coming in, and you've worked toward it, and you hit your goal, and now you have about $20,000 a month passive income coming in. How much money, ballpark, do you need to have working for you to get that number? Back of the napkin number. How much money do you need, the money working for you, to get to the number that you just said you wanted, which I'm using in this example of $20,000 a month? So we have a 10% a year ROI on various passive income opportunities. Let's say you have some real estate. Let's say you have some Bitcoin. Let's say you have a software company, whatever. The point is that it doesn't matter what you have, but you have stuff working for you. What people don't realize is in order to get $20,000 a month times 12 months, that is $240,000 annually, passive income. If it's 10% return on investment, how much money do we have to have working for us to get to that number of $240,000? Well, $240,000 divided by 0.1 is 2.4 million. 2.4 million. You need 2.4 million at 10% return on investment to make you $240,000 or $20,000 a month. Most people hear that number and they are shocked. What are you talking about? $2.4 million invested in various projects and companies and investments, producing that kind of passive revenue, that seems a little high. Exactly. It seems a little high because most people don't actually do the math and set the goal to get the real number. If you're going to buy your passive income number, you actually have to have a real number and work backwards. To most people, it seems high. Now you're over your initial shock. It should not seem high to you. Now we got to get to work, right? The main reason why many business owners don't hit their number, their passive income number, is because they're shooting at the wrong target. They aren't hit, they're out of touch with what it takes. And if they really want to have $20,000 passively coming in each month, which means $240,000 a year, to get that, to make that money, you need 2.4 million at 10% to produce that. So what are you going to go do that makes 10% to get that 2.4 mil? I got some suggestions. We talked about a few of them before. There is this thing called Bitcoin. There is this thing that makes more than 10% a year. There is this thing that is growing that you can leverage. Just saying. Not saying it's the only thing out there, but it's a good one. Some Bitcoin people don't want to leverage. They just want to, they don't want to use a third party, a bank to leverage. You can leverage your Bitcoin to buy a house, buy life insurance. You can use your Bitcoin to do all kinds of stuff. But some people don't do that. They just want to take their Bitcoin. They don't trust other parties, and they just want to hold on to their own Bitcoin. That's fine. But if you're okay with leveraging out and having another party pay you for holding that Bitcoin, you can make a nice passive income number. And each year that goes by, they'll be more and more competitive, and more banks will be in this business, and you'll see what happens as time goes on. But this is a beautiful way to have money coming in, paying for your lifestyle, whatever you want, whatever number you picked. And it's a heck of a lot easier than renters and fixing up a house and trying to figure out the company that you're running and if the management team is doing what they're supposed to, and the software getting beat out by another software company. I mean, there's a lot of other good passive income ways to generate money, but Bitcoin sure seems like an easy option versus all the other ones. So I submit that to you. I hope that works for you. I hope it's got you thinking. And believe me, when you start bringing in passive income from your Bitcoin holdings, because you've been buying Bitcoin for a bunch of months in a row, and a bunch of weeks and a bunch of months in a row, you will reap the fruit in the future from the reality of needing, because life happens, needing to have passive income coming in. So that's all I got for now. I hope you're liking this video. Hope you check out more of our stuff down below. And I'll leave you with my favorite saying. It is Bitcoin time.